SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. It's time for the news. And first, I gotta say, Happy New Year to all my friends out there. Be very safe. I'm recording this on Monday, but I'm airing it tomorrow, which is now New Year's Eve for everybody out there. Want you to all be safe and have a good, Happy New Year. You want to get fucked up, but, you know, don't drive and get fucked up. Or stay sober, like me. But, so I got a few things to do tonight. I want to do it today because I'm not going to be around Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I'm going to be doing my radio show. Looks like I am. So what I'm going to do now is the news, and then when I'm done with the news, I'm going to do my currently crankings because I didn't do it last week, Christmas and all. So the news. Bob Kulick called Paul Stanley a clown. Said, you look like a clown, because as you see here, somebody confirmed this to be true, because I saw this screenshot on Facebook, so it could be false, but either way, it doesn't matter. It would be something Bob Kulick would say. You know, Paul, I'm happy to play tonight, and Bob Kulick says, you look like a clown. Well, if that's the case, then clown fight. I know a lot of people love Bob because he's attacking Paul, and which is cool, but, you know, hey. And I know a lot of people hate Bob because he's attacking Paul. You know, it goes both ways. I'm like in the middle. I think they're both clowns. Bob's a fucking nutbag. I tried to get a hold of him, and he never replied. You know, in the last video I said I want to interview him. Bob, I hope you're watching this, dude. Please, do an interview with me, you clown. That'd be awesome. And show me your paper Grammy. What else? Okay, Judas Priest. There's so much stuff going on with Judas Priest. KK Downing, like, here's my opinion on KK Downing. I know some of you out there are like, screw him, he burned the bridge, he talked too much shit, I don't want him back in Priest. Fine, that's your opinion. I personally do want him back in Priest, but I'm a realist. I don't think it's going to happen. I hope it happens. Boy, if ever I think I'm wrong, it would be on this. But I saw footage of KK Downing with Les Binks and Dave Ellefson and somebody else. Man, that was awesome. So if KK was to tour the States and come to Florida, man, you can even play Orlando and Tampa. I'll take the 4-hour trip. I would love to see that. I really would. Because I think that's just phenomenal. I miss KK Downing. I'm a hardcore KK Downing fan. I know what he's done. I know he burned the bridge. To me, it's not so much what he said in the press that's keeping him out of Priest. This is what I think. I own the book. I read the book. He didn't really bash anybody in Priest, but he did say shit about Glenn Tipton. Glenn Tipton was always, you know, hogging the spotlight from him and so on, you know, as far as records. And that's bad enough to say in the book, but he also attacked the manager, who's also Glenn's wife. That is what I think is keeping him out of Priest, when he goes after the manager. There he fucked up. And it's a shame, because I love KK Downing. Technically, Glenn Tipton's a better guitar player. But I'm more of a fan of KK's playing. I like his whammy bar crazy, the sinner, descendant aggressor, and his emotional playing like the solo and Before the Dawn. I think KK is awesome, and I think he's still awesome. Seeing this recent footage of him with Ross the Boss as well when he played that festival, the guy still rips, man. And I miss KK Downing, and to me he's part of the Priest. And you know, this whole 50th anniversary thing, they should bill it as it really is. 50th anniversary of Ian Hill being in the band. Because Rob didn't join till like, I don't know what, 74? I'm not, and you know, a lot of people call them a cover band. Well, I guess so, you know, there's only 2 members left, but I saw that last Priest tour, which was the very last time Glenn Tipton stepped up on stage. And, you know, them playing all those obscure tracks, man. You know, and I got to see them do Take These Chains for the first time. Got to see them do Killing Machine. So many great tracks, you know, that I've never seen them do before. It was like a total fanboy wet dream. I understand Glenn and who else? KK, you know, they're not there. I understand that. And it's a shame. But you know what? I still want to see it. And Rob Halford said, one day he said, on the 50th anniversary tour, we're going to pull out songs we've never played before. Then the next day I see him say, you know, I'm open to play some Ripper era Judas Priest songs. And I'm like, ooh, put two and two together there. They never played Cathedral Spires with Ripper. That would be sweet if they would pull that song out and do that, you know? It'd be awesome. I would love it. And like a week or so ago, Rob said, they asked him, would you let KK be part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing? And he said, I don't want to answer that question. Well, today I saw him say, oh, I'm open for any past member to, or no, he didn't say any. He said, I'm open for past members to come join us. So hopefully, you know, he's included KK on that. At least one last time, you know. The last time I saw KK Downing with Judas Priest was at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, and they filmed it, and it is on DVD on the British Steel 40th anniversary CD. Was it 40 or 30? Whatever. I was there, man. It was awesome. And it was the last time I saw KK. I love Richie Faulkner. I think he's a great replacement. But I'd rather see KK up there with Richie than, what's his name? The producer. So, anyway, that's it with that. Now, some sad news. I read Paul Di'Anno said in a recent interview that because of all his health problems and operations and so forth, he may never step on stage again. And that's very sad because, you know, I love Paul Di'Anno. I saw Paul Di'Anno in 2010. I drove 8 hours to Jacksonville to see him because I've never seen him before, and I'm a huge fan of the first two Maiden albums. But I also love Nomad, Killer, Battle Zone. I love a lot of his solo stuff, except that Di'Anno album, that first thing he released. Ugh, that one I didn't like. But everything after is so underrated. And so, you know, I went up there, and he was amazing. I keep reading online people saying, oh, he sucks loud, he can't sing live. I was like, wow, then I guess I got lucky in Jacksonville because he fucking smoked. And I got to meet him too, which was amazing. The story behind that was, at that time I had a really, really beautiful girlfriend. And, you know, they had people to meet. I guess it was VIP. I don't know what the deal was. There was a line of people to meet Di'Anno. And I would have never got in there if it wasn't for my hot girlfriend at that time. Because I told her, please talk, you know. It was our first date, too. Our first date was 8-hour drive to Jacksonville to see. It's a shame it didn't work out. She was awesome. But we got to meet him because of her, you know, because she's so good looking, you know. Get a hot girlfriend, you can meet anybody. Well, you know, chances are your hot girlfriend might get banged by a road crew member. Luckily, that didn't happen to me. But, man, at least I got to see him once, but what a shame, you know, that Paul Di'Anno may not be stepping on stage anymore. He said it, but hopefully he miraculously gets better, you know, and because I've seen some, you know, footage a year or two ago of him on stage in a wheelchair. Slash. I saw Slash was on Jonesy's Jukebox, Steve Jones, who I talked about last time. I recently had a heart attack. Saw an interview with him where Slash said one of the greatest cover EP as I ever heard was Metallica's Garage Days Revisited. You know, the one where Jason Newsted made the debut. And let me tell you, man, kind of agree with him. That is, after I saw that interview, I went and put on that EP. Man, that EP rules. I absolutely love, what was it, the 598 EP? Great stuff, you know. And Jason's great on it because you can hear him. And I have to agree with Slash on that. That is one of the best cover albums ever. Wasn't a fan of the later one, Garage Inc. or whatever, where, you know, well, Disc 1 I didn't care for. Disc 2 had all the old stuff with, you know, Am I Evil, Bread Fan, and, you know, So What and stuff like that. I love that stuff. Now, Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult was asking in an interview what he thought about Ghost, you know, like Ghost sounding like him, and he said, Well, I guess you can see the similarities. Shit. I remember the first time I heard the first Ghost album, I was like, boy, I hear a lot of Blue Oyster Cult influence in this. I don't get why people say King Diamond. Maybe the image, but musically, that does not sound like King Diamond or Merciful Fate. A lot of people say that. The Blue Oyster Cult shit, I remember saying it before anybody said it. I remember hearing that first album going, man, this is total Blue Oyster Cult worship in some sections. Then later on, I started to see, people say it. But for years, it was only like Merciful Fate, King Diamond ripoff. I don't get it myself. And I went to the movies yesterday, and I saw the movie Uncut Gems. Friend of mine had a free ticket. I went with him. And, oh my God, man, that movie's like 2 hours long, and it was so stressful to watch. I mean, it was like, holy fuck. It was 2 hours of, it was fast-paced. It was really fast-paced, and I really liked it. I mean, honestly, I've been going to the movies these past couple of years, and the only movies that, like, really got me were, I liked the Star Wars, the last one. I love Dr. Sleep. And I know there's a few, I like the Rambo movie. I know a lot of people didn't. They said it was racist. I don't get how people say that last Rambo movie was racist because of the Mexican thing. Number one, he was living with Mexicans. Number two, he was fighting the Mexicans because they killed somebody he loved that was Mexican. I don't get it myself. And believe it or not, yes, actually in Mexico they have sex rings and there's drug cartels over there. I know, right? Ooh. So they portray that in the movie and they call it race. I don't get it, man. We live in such a weird time. Remember back in the 80s when Rambo was like fighting the Russians? Nobody said shit back then. You know why? Because nobody was so fucking sensitive back then. But I ain't gonna get in. I'm getting off my soapbox because you know where this might lead to, and you know me, I try to stay clear of politics. So I'm not gonna get into none of that shit because we get enough. I know there's many out there like me that are just sick and tired of people preaching on both sides, Democrat and Republicans, preaching at each other. It's just, jeez, I'm just so fed up with all that shit. And damn, I don't want to be one of them, But I will complain about, PC pickle whistlers. I would call them PW. It's a tongue twister, isn't it? Politically correct pickle whistlers. And one last thing, Greta Van Fleet now has come out with a new image. That's all for the news. Thanks for watching, and again, have a great Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2020. SHMACKEMAGOB. This video has been brought to you by Miami Metal Merchant. For your metal needs at competitive prices, visit MiamiMetalMerchant.com. Tell them Dr. Fuck sent you.